And the rebound to Carmelo Anthony. This is one of the better home court advantages in the NBA. Always sold out. Good loud crowd as Anthony is fouled. And a good start by the Mavericks has really upped the volume here in this building. Here's Carmelo Anthony. You saw his numbers so far in this series, and he's been particularly good, as the Nuggets have as a whole, in fourth quarters so far in this series. George Karl, better than 900 career wins, and he was just as relaxed and easy to talk to as he always is. Doesn't seem to matter whether it's a regular season game or a playoff game. He walked in with a smile on his face when we got a chance to sit down with him about an hour ago. And play on. Here come the Nuggets in transition, and Carmelo Anthony is fouled.
He was the guy that made the difference in the San Antonio series.
Yeah. Carlisle referring to Howard as the MVP for Dallas in that series. Carlisle, of course, a previous experience with Detroit and Indiana, took each team to a conference final.
He was a lot more relaxed a year ago at this time.
Yeah.
He was doing what we're doing. It's easy over here. Those guys have a little bit of pressure.
Carmelo in the post. And it's going to be another Dallas foul. If it's Howard, he quickly has picked up two, and it is. Two quick fouls on Josh Howard. Rick Carlisle saying he was straight up and down. Then Maurer disagrees.
Well, this is big. One, you wonder if he takes him out. He has made a move, so he's going to sub him out. And there's a couple things here. Obviously, the skills he brings, but then do those ankles tighten up, Dan? You know, when you go to the bench and you're not moving and active and warm.
So Howard will have to sit down. Take another look.
Carmelo with inside-out skills, and he rakes him over the arm as he initially gets into the move. I think it's a good call.
Yeah. So it was 11-6, and Howard was a big factor early. He had 5 of the early points. He has 5 of the early points for the Mavericks. He sits down. Jason Terry comes in. Obviously a great offensive player, 6th man of the year in the NBA, but a smaller lineup right now for Dallas. So somebody's going to have a mismatch against Carmelo Anthony.
These teams are intriguing, you know, and despite the disparity in 2-0 for Denver, games were close going into the fourth period. It was untimely turnovers that hurt Dallas.
We have not had a field goal either way in 3.5 minutes until that moment. Great spinning move on the inside by Carmelo.
That could have been a lot easier. J.R. Smith missed Carmelo, who was cherry picking a little bit, didn't get back. He ended up making a terrific shot.
Smith, nice feed. Anderson up and under, and the follow for Carmelo. Denver crushing Dallas on the offensive glass. Carmelo. It's a 3 for Carmelo Anthony to tie the game. The lob inside. Anthony, tough catch in the finish.
Gerald Green going to be called for the foul as well. And Carmelo Anthony, how about the catch, the gather, and the finish? That was a difficult finish.
And again, another way in which they miss Josh Howard, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. Denver shooting below 30% and leading. And all kinds of contact underneath between Carmelo and Gerald Green. He has recovered, and he's back at the free throw line, where he's now 8 for 9 in this game. Carmelo with plenty of time. Anthony Carter, nice find underneath, and the reverse for Carmelo Anthony. 2.5 seconds. 41 fouls already in this game. 22 committed by the Nuggets, 19 by the Mavericks. Carmelo Anthony over Jason Kidd. Tough jumper.
And again, they're just working Carmelo and Phillips on one side of the floor.
Carmelo spinning, and James Singleton over the reach-in foul. Final minute of the third. Carmelo around Howard, into the chest of Singleton. And the foul as Kenyon Martin went up to try to slam it home. This will be the 72nd free throw of the game.
Wow. It feels every bit of that.
Dallas in a virtual must-win. Teams who are up 2-0 in a best-of-7 historically in the NBA have won 93% of the time. Teams who go up 3-0 in the history of the NBA have won 100% of the time. Game 4 Monday night, right back in this building.
Untimely turnovers to start the fourth period. How does Dallas handle it here?
Dirk Nowitzki back into the game for Dallas. Josh Howard remains in the game. Played the entire third quarter after picking up his 4th foul in the first minute. Has to lay off Carmelo a little bit, who hits the tough turnaround.
Silky smooth. I mean, those are shots similar to Dirk's where there simply is no defending that.
Now that game for you here in Dallas. Carmelo Anthony strong to the rim to make it a 2-point game. Still plenty of time. J.R. Smith back into the game for the Nuggets. Carmelo defended by Antoine Wright. And there's the foul. They didn't call it, and Carmelo hits it. Carmelo hits it. He hit a 3.
Wow. And it looks like Antoine is pleading his case. He wanted the foul call.
He was definitely trying to foul. Rick Carlisle just said he fouled him. He fouled him before Carmelo tried to get the shot off. It was not called. Carmelo did not stop playing. He kept playing and hit an off-balance 3.
So he absolutely got fouled. I mean, there was an obvious bump by Antoine Wright. There's a little mishandle initially. And once he loses that, you think they're in real trouble. But then it's a little bump. He thinks it's a foul. Carmelo keeps playing through the contact, and he drills it. See, that looks to me like that's an obvious intent to foul.
No question.
He goes to plead his case. Rick Carlisle blew up.